Today we are going to talk about adding a party in the COO. So, why we would even do this in the first place is to help you track your parties so you know what parties are coming up. Um, once you go through the party, whether you're using order forms or PureCell, which using PureCell it connects directly with it, it's going to be way easier. But once you do that, once you go through the party and you have the orders, everything's kept in this one little party. So it's really easy for you to go through and do client follow up. You can, when you actually start creating parties and putting them in here and putting the guests and what they ordered in here, you can actually go through and search by products, who ordered a party. If someone contacts you and says, hey, I want some more coochie in the scent I got last time, or hey, do you remember me from so and so's party? That's all in there when you look her up. And so this is a great way to keep tracking for your business so you can go through and do follow up. So you can be that person that always remembers everyone and remembers what everyone bought. And when you go through and you're starting to go into different programs like Future Leaders or for contests, they do count pure cell parties. Pure cell parties and the COO parties, same thing. But we're going to learn today how to actually create a party in the COO. So from my business, you go to my parties. And once you click on my parties, it's going to open up this screen. So a few things you need to know about this screen. You've got your open parties right here. And you have archived parties, canceled parties, deleted parties, and then settings. So archived parties, archived and closed, same thing. When you archive a party, you're closing it out. You can actually, if you make a mistake, you need to go in and edit, you can unarchive a party. Canceled is going to be parties that you've canceled and then deleted. So here's the deal. For better tracking for you, I go in and when a party actually cancels, like the hostess says, I cannot do this party, we have to cancel. I go in and put it under canceled. Excuse me. So that I can go in and see who's canceled a party with me before. If it's someone who repeatedly cancels, I'm not going to book her in the future. And then deleted parties, I only use deleted for if I accidentally made two of them or there was some kind of mistake in the system. So I don't have a lot of deleted parties in there. And then you've got your settings. So settings, you're going to put your tax rate, make sure that calculate tax before discount, tax line item by default. And then invoices, how much is your shipping and handling? Is your shipping and handling taxable? The payment, is it defaulting on cash or credit or check? And then you can do the default discount type. You can do amount or percentage. So those are totally up to you. Just a few quick settings for you in there. Now, on the open screen, this is where you're going to be doing most of your actual work for the parties. It defaults when you first open it for 10 parties. If you want to see more parties, you can obviously click on the next page, or you can click 25, 50, 100. So currently I've got 19 parties in here, so I'm going to click 25 and it's going to show me all my parties. So you've got the name of the party. So the name of the party is going to be something that you come up with. I personally always do the first and last name of my hostess. You'll see it says Pink Monday Flash Sale. So those, anytime it's like that, it's one of my parties. You can see too, there's me as the hostess. And then you've got the date and time, the hostess information. So this is her name, email, and phone number. If you come up with if you're pulling it up and it says, like it's got the name and then there's no email, it means that you don't have her email in the system. And that might be some information that you would need. And then the location of the party, which just does not necessarily have to be the actual hostess's address, but we'll get into that. And then party profit. So the party profit, this is a rough estimate as to how much you made at the party. Okay, so you can see these parties, it's saying, I made $248, $288, $428. That's a rough estimate as to what the party profit app is saying that I made. Now, it doesn't take into account when I buy on a 6-pack or when there was an extra sale or, right now, Coochie 47 is on sale for us. It doesn't take into account any of that information. So that's just a rough estimate as to what's going on here. Okay. So when I'm adding a party, I'm going to go in here and I'm going to click add party. And I can either create a new contact or search an existing contact. The party that I'm going to be creating today is from 2 existing hostesses. And so all I have to do is type in their names, and it's going to start to pull up the names on here. I have a ton of Elizabeths, so I'm going to keep typing it out. And I have a lot of Elizabeth S's, so I'm going to put her, narrow it down for me. So there she is. So I got her email, her phone number, everything good to go. And this is a co-hosted party. So I'm going to add my second hostess. So this is the next hostess that I have coming to the party. Now I do actually do I try and put the hostess whose house it's at in the first slot, and then the second one, the other hostess in the next slot, but that's totally up to you. So there she is. There's the second lady. So I have both. Now this is going to split up my hostess credit, and I can change that. I can do it 50-50. I can do it 70-30. I can do 99 and 1%. That is totally up to you. And since this is a co-hosted party, I'm going to put both my hostesses' names in there where it says party name. Now I know some consultants do put like Elizabeth's ladies' night in, and that is totally that's just a preference for you. I personally like first name and last name because when I pull up a contact, say in PureCell when I'm at a party, and this girl says, I was at a party. Whose party was that? I can look her up, and when I'm putting in there the full names, it says her name and then the full name at what party she was at, so that I can be like, oh yeah, you were at Susie's party. And then estimated guess, you don't even really have to do anything with that. Month, date, so this is the day of the party. So I'd go here, and this is November 11th, and then the time. I'm going to put the time in. It's 7 p.m. Give it an end time. That end time, it really doesn't matter. It's not going to go crazy or anything here. And then you can do description. So I would put at Elizabeth's house. Now, same as hostess. So this same address as hostess's address. That's going to be your first hostess. Okay. So if she's having it, at her mom's house, and they're not co-hosting or anything, but you have a different address, this is where you would put it in. Otherwise, you're going to click at same as hostess's address. And then I click save. And then clicking save, it should populate your party's been created. It's going to come up. There's her information and her information. Here's where the party is actually at. Got my hostess link. There's no orders yet. So this is how the party is going to look. Its status is open. If you messed up on it and you need to change something, you can click these little dots right here, edit party title, archive party, cancel, delete it. You can also change the actual hostesses. Click that. Host, I can change her contact information. I can delete her entirely. Maybe they had a falling out, and so Kirsty's not going to be with Elizabeth. That's totally fine. And then if I need the shopping link, I can click copy. Boom, that specific party, her shopping link is there. Anyone who orders off that shopping link is going to not only give you the credit for it, but they're going to be added into the guest list here. So all of the information is in one place. Thank you guys so much for watching. Again, this is a brief overview on how to add a party in there. And once you're done with that, it'll be in your parties. Once you sync it, it'll be in PureCell. I hope you guys learned a lot, and thank you.